We have just heard these insane stories of survival, and the one that we want to tell you about tonight is a woman who had literally just given birth at the nearby hospital when she had to evacuate. Nurses, EMTs, and paramedics came together to help that woman and so many other patients get out, but it was a very close call. Take a listen.
I just came to the realization that this is how I was going to die.
As the campfire bore down on Paradise's Feather River Hospital, Tamara Ferguson was one of the nurses who had to jump into action and help patients get out.
People were racing around the OB unit, going room to room, just saying, let's go, let's go. Wheelchairs were coming, gurneys were coming.
One of those patients, Heather Roebuck, a mother who had just given birth to her baby Hallie by C-section.
Sheer terror, like me. I'm in the middle of surgery. Do we go to us? They just stitched me up really quickly.
Heather was separated from her husband and newborn daughter so she could be taken by ambulance.
We hopped in an ambulance with strangers, people we didn't know. A very critical patient, another patient was in the front seat.
But after driving about a mile, Heather's ambulance caught on fire.
And I realized that I'm not going to make it. And I just told him on the phone that I was really sorry and that I just loved him and I wasn't going to be there with our kids.
At that moment, a pediatrician came to the rescue.
And they dragged me out into the street and it's pitch black.
With flames now encroaching all around, that pediatrician, Tamara, and the other first responders decided everyone needed to get out of the vehicles and seek shelter in a nearby home. They moved all the patients into the garage.
We were all doing our part to try to defend the house.
These photos taken by Tamara show how everyone was doing whatever they could to keep the fire away.
I see the paramedic on the roof spraying off the roof. I see someone over here with a hose filling buckets. Chrissy sweeping, someone has a shovel, and I just picked up piles and piles of brush and I kept clearing them to the road.
And you can see how close the fire got to that home. This is the home next door, completely reduced to ashes. And over here, the fence that surrounds the perimeter of that house, also partially destroyed. But their efforts, life-saving. Eventually, the fire passed over. They were able to get back to the hospital and from there to safety.
She's the last baby born at Feather River Hospital. Hopefully not forever. There were a lot of times where I thought that that minute that I saw her was going to be the only time I ever saw her, that she would never know me. It was really, really tough.
Just a miraculous story of survival. And she did say she'll never be able to thank those people who helped her, the nurses and paramedics, enough. But we actually are at the home right now where this happened. You can see that fence right here that surrounds the home. That fire literally went up to that fence, destroyed part of it. So the fact that it didn't go farther into the home is just a testament to the work that they did. But again, I want to show you this burned down home, their neighbor's home. You can see what looks like it once was a barbecue, completely destroyed. Over here, a gun safe, very, very little remains. And we actually did speak to the homeowner of this home, the home that survived. She was actually already evacuated by the time that those patients got there. She said she has some survivor's guilt right now, that her home survived, but her neighbors didn't. But she said that what she told her neighbor is that God was not protecting her home, God was protecting those people in it. Just an incredible story of survival. And Chris, we continue to hear so many of them.
Indeed, Liz. We thank you for that live report and giving us the perspective that so many people had during this tragic occasion. Liz, thank you. Well, listen to this. If you are trying to find information